Alright guys, and we are back with more just as rubber with a dog. And I'm so glad that they did this with the car, because I don't have to go to the hotel. Because it was weird, because the hotel started raising its prices, and I was like, what the hell? I guess I will be debuting a revival performance the day after tomorrow. I'd love to see one of their shows someday, even if just once. Maybe I'd sit next to a fine gentleman with an appreciation for theater, and we could strike up a romantic chat. I can't tell if she's more interested in the show or the imaginary gentleman. I mean, I did what Gantz asked. I went up to Milo and said, "Can you cheer up already?" It is what it is. Back to playing. Milo's finally getting back to his regular self. Speaking as a bystander, the way Luca consoled him seemed ice cold. But I guess if he's back on his feet, then all's well that ends well. Damn. It's the blind guy. Mr. Nielsen? Hi, is that you, Lloyd? Yeah, hello again. I'm glad you remember me. I never forget the voices of those I've had the pleasure of interviewing. Is this man? Yeah, he's that famous journal that they met a while back. That's right, Marcel Nielsen. What brings you to Memphis, if I may ask? I have an interview scheduled with Mayor Bixon, as it so happens. I'd be asking him for his account on Maine's origins as the Septium mining village, as well as how it's changed in the modern day. With the topic of independence looming over Crossbell, I thought it pertinent to reflect on the state's history. Not a bad idea. It's a very insightful perspective to have, for lack of a better phrase. I consider it a compliment. My circumstances do give me a penchant for taking things the long way around. But enough about me. I heard you all contributed to stopping the terrorist attack at the trade conference. With that in mind, I have the urge to interview you about the matter. Would you mind, terribly? You see, there are several lingering questions I have regarding the motivations behind that attack. I suspect speaking with you will help me uncover the meaning of it all. The meaning behind the terrorist attack? And that's crazy, because I went back to my Cold Steel playthrough, and the first episode is literally as Lloyd and them. Okay, let me calm down, because I'm hyped. The first episode of Cold Steel, when Cold Steel first starts, it's like right around the time that Lloyd and them pretty much like stopped the attack from going on. And I'm like, damn. And it lined up so much, because the three enemies that were available at the time, the Tri-Attackers, C2, R2, and S2, those were the archaisms that were around. And I'm like, oh my gosh. The only thing that was different with Cold Steel is they had the Phalanx J9s. But other than that, they were pretty much the same. So I was like, oh my god, that's insane. But obviously, if you play Cold Steel, the first Cold Steel, you know, it's like 5 months like later from the beginning of the game. Because the beginning of the game is like March the 31st. And like when that happens, it's like 8/31 or 8/8 or something like that. But yeah. If we do take the questions, we'll be pretty limited on what we can discuss. Oh, that's understandable, and well within my expectations. Nevertheless, I believe there's still merit to be had in discussing the matter. What do you say? Our last interview with him was definitely insightful. Insightful. Man, insight was so broken and cold steel. Oh my goodness. Participating in the second one could be a good idea if we have the time. Yeah, let's do it. Splendid. Thank you for your time. Let's begin right away then. Inside Scoop, the terrorist attack. Okay. Thank you all again for agreeing to this interview. Our topic of discussion is the recent terrorist attack that occurred at the Rezamirian Trade Company. To begin, I would like to confirm the identity of the perpetrators involved. Could you do that for me? The Imperial Liberation Front. And it's crazy though, because now, I just said I went back to watch some of my posts too, which was only the first episode, but the more I look at it, and you couldn't see, but like the way his hair looked, it looked like G, who was Gideon. That's who it looked like. But I can't really tell, but the only person who had hair like that was him. And then obviously it wasn't Crow, because I mean Crow, you seen that outfit he had. But that's crazy though. Terrorist cells from within the major powers were working in conjunction. One was the Imperial Liberation Front from Erebonia. The other was comprised of members of Calvert's anti-immigration faction. That's right, those were indeed the parties responsible. I refrained from delving into their backgrounds and founding principles. However, it's worth noting that the two groups have no history or collaboration, and yet they mounted a united front against the conference. I'm given to understand that they were abetted by a so-called society. They had also been operating covertly in Liberal. Yeah, Society of Warblers. Thinking back, the terrorists were making use of archaisms at the trade conference. Do you know the society, Mr. Nielsen? I've come across their name before, yeah. They're a bit of an enigma to be certain. I take it your work has led to you learning of them as well. We heard a thing or two. And the more we hear, the shadier they seem to be. At any rate, we can say definitively that their true aims are completely shrouded in mystery. Trying to deduce their objectives at this stage would be entirely in vain. I'm inclined to agree with that. Let's move on to the next topic. I would like to review the intentions and perspectives of the two major powers in regards to the attack. My sources tell me that each nation employed outside forces in secret. Both of these forces contributed greatly to the resolution of the incident. What I find peculiar is that although the Empire and Republic foresaw the attack, they elected not to prevent it, leaving both terror groups at large. I have to wonder why that is. What do you suppose they were trying to achieve? Ooh. Oh no, this is a good one. What were Osborne and Rocksmith's objectives in regards to the terrorist attack? Expose each terrorist group? Forcing him to resign, I'm not gonna lie. Damn, containing opposing political faction. Now that I think about it, I feel like it's either between these. Contain opposing political factions. Because I mean, like I said, these two they sound more alike. I don't know though. It wasn't like, but then again, I don't know. I wouldn't say that one because it wasn't like a direct attack towards him. They were attacking. They almost attacked everybody. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that, and they definitely don't want to expose each other. So we're gonna go with this. Each terrorist group was backed by a political faction that stands at odds with its respective country's leader. I think their top priority was to keep those two opposing factions in check. In Chancellor Osborne's case, he was looking to put pressure on Erebonia's noble faction. As for President Rocksmith, he was looking to deter anyone who agrees with Calvert's radical nationalism. I agree, that is the only logical explanation for why they allowed the terrorists to remain at large. As a result, the public tide has turned in their favor. Citizens from either country are raising their voices against the aforementioned factions. Political leverage was the end goal. On a separate note, Lloyd, you identified this as their top priority, did you not? I found that curious. Do you mean to imply that they had another objective in mind as well? Well, Lloyd? Yeah, I can imagine one other objective. Why did Nicole? I said Nicole. God damn it, too much emphasis on zero. Why did Noel do that? I also think it was to gain a foothold for their advancement in the Crossbell, exactly. Oh. Crossbell is in their crosshairs, so to speak. That much was clear as day when both leaders offered to station their troops in Crossbell. They were trying to get them in the CGF. Yeah, and the terror attack fueled the narrative that Crossbell cannot keep its border safe by itself. That only places further pressure on the state to accept their proposals. The non-aggression pact that the borough Queen Alicia introduced has essentially lost all power as a deterrent at this point. Moreover, Crossbell's independence proposal has placed it square in the public eye of both the Empire and the Republic, thereby redirecting the attention of either country's citizens away from their domestic conflicts and discontent. So even that was by design. I heard two birds with one stone, but this is more like down there a flock with a boulder. Well then, I see you all consider this as just as much detail as I have. If you don't mind, I would like to move us on to our final topic. It is apparent that the two countries had a mutual understanding as far as the attack was concerned. Do you believe this to be evidence of a greater alliance between them? Erebonia and Calvert formed an alliance through their handling of the terrorist attack. Yes, a temporary one. Yes, a permanent one. Added a question. Look, I don't know about Rocksmith, but as I completely outlined that I played Cold Steel 1 and 2, that bastard Osborne is out for one person, and it's him. He even look, if you play Cold Steel at this point, you know what I'm about to say. He's willing to even throw his son to the side for his selfish goals. So let's keep it above. Out of the question. No, I think that's out of the question. Ultimately, they both have the same objective: sole possession of Crossbell. That's exactly right. In the end, the incident at the conference was no more than a one-time instance of them acting in lockstep. Furthermore, Crossbell is simply too valuable, and this was what I said so many times. This is why they're not gonna, and I really want to get to the point where, like I said, playing when I was, of course, you're going to Cold Steel. Cold Steel was the most accessible Trails game at the time. And in Cold Steel, you find out that he got arrested. And we don't know why, but hopefully we find out why in this game. But that's crazy, man. Like, of course they're not gonna let the independence thing go because there's too much to gain there's too much for them to gain if Crossbell doesn't become independent. You know what I mean? They're not gonna let it go. Crossbell is simply too valuable for either country to let it remain as a simple buffer zone. There's no room for allyship if each aspires to take it for themselves. Their parallel actions tip their hands as their conflicting motivation. For a blind man, your aim is impressive. So this was all just a warm-up before the real thing. Eventually, they're gonna go at each other guns blazing. Yeah, and I imagine the war of intelligence they're waging will only worsen for me. The increasing activity from the Jaegers and criminal syndicates in Crossbell can likely be attributed to that as well. Unfortunately as it is, I would not be surprised to see a resurgence of inexplicable incidents such as those from Crossbell's past. Inexplicable incidents? What do you mean? No, never mind that. Forgive me for speaking out of turn. That aside, I believe we sorted out a number of matters regarding the terror attack. Asking for this interview was a wise decision indeed. Thank you for your time. Likewise, this was very enlightening. I think we understand the current situation. It was almost more informative than I was prepared to handle. I'm glad to hear you found it beneficial. It would be wonderful if we could chat like this again sometime, future circumstance permitting. Of course, we'll be more than happy to. So, oh, okay. See, you changed to medium, but remember, we pretty much got away because the girl said it's gonna take her another day. So, with that being said, I guess next stop is the doll studio, and that's on the west highway. Or not. I don't even think we have to do that. I think we need to go straight there. Or maybe not. Where is it? No, it's on the main side. It's on the main side, isn't it? It's on the main side. Where's main? North exit, east exit. Oh god, this definitely isn't. This definitely ain't it. Okay, so north is. Oh, alright, here we go. Pretty much the thing we just fought. They were like bigger versions of those things. Hey, look, moving truck. Thank you again, Meister. You've been a great help. These will be set for the debut of our new performance in a couple of days. Wait. Wait, ain't that Heinz from Arkansas? Adios above. Your troop is far too demanding with his requests, each and every one of them. Tuning the automata would have been work enough, but designing an entire new stage set on top of that? I'm a busy man, you know. I really do apologize for that. Delegating the troop leader can have some pretty lofty standards sometimes. The extra mechanism they asked you to install was something that They just couldn't live. They just couldn't live without. It doesn't matter now. I have no issue with lending my studio's expertise to service your plays. I'm sure the goddess would prefer it to the alternative. We know what the alternative is. Thank you. He don't know what the alternative is, but we do. Come to think of it, Meister, we haven't received your response to our invitations yet. Arkansas would love to have you attend this show. As far as I know, he does not leave his house. He's like a hermit, I feel like. It'd be our pleasure after the amazing set and automata you've provided us. Your mirror is thanks enough. I appreciate the gesture, but as I said, I'm busy. Oh. I told him. Still, I love for him to see how his hard work is being used on the stage, at least. Pardon us. Huh? Wait, aren't you the SSS? Yeah, we are. You're the stage technician for Arkansas, right? Yeah, the name times. Yeah, I knew. I'm in charge of the props and equipment and such. What are you doing out here? Come to see the Meister? Something like that. We had a little matter we wanted to consult him about. Are you here to pick up a commission? Yeah, we had an order for automaton tune-up and some new set pieces. It was kind of on short notice with the debut of the revival performance coming up, but he did us a real solid getting it done so quick. Oh boy, to tell you the truth though, everyone in the troupe owes him a pouring. You don't say. Speaking of which, isn't the revival performance only a couple days away? That's right, Leah and the others are kicking it into high gear right about now. Heck, I've been getting into it myself with all the changes we made. Have you now? Sounds like you're all primed to put on a real box office hit. That's the idea, but whoops, I'm a little behind schedule. Gotta get back there and set this all up. See you guys later. Stop by and say hi to everyone when you get the chance. But be sure to. Be careful on your way back. We already knew the Meister was the one behind Arkansas Theater Magickin. But man, it kind of makes you forget this place has ties to the society. That it does. Well, at least we know the Meister is in, right? Not sure if he'll be willing to tell us anything about the society, but we'll never know if we don't ask. Nothing venture, nothing gain, I suppose. Oh, wow. Alright, here we go. Lloyd used the iron knocker attached to the gate.
すみません。クロスベル警察特マイスターローゼンベルクいらっしゃいますか
I'd like to have a word with you. No need to shout. My hearing is still perfectly fine.
どうやら聞きたいことがあって訪ねてきたようだな。
Wait, what is he on an intercom? Whatever business you have must be important if you come all this way. I don't have very much time to spare, but I will make a deception this once, so long as you keep things short. That's a what? She's so cute. It's a kawaii. A Rosenberg doll? An automated one by the looks of it too. Enter. The little one will guide you. See to it that you don't wander anywhere you aren't supposed to. I guess it can't talk. Not that I was expecting it to. Get a load of this gal. Sure doesn't look like any machine I've ever seen. Mind taking us to where your master is, little miss? Insanity. I think we're supposed to follow her. Right, we probably shouldn't keep the Meister waiting. It's just what kind of enemy are we giving? Remember, this is where we fought the those crazy looking ones in the first game. Loading the rest of the SSS, then followed the automaton inside. After going through what felt like a maze, they emerged in an underground section of the studio. See, the computer that Ren was on. Look, the logo is on the floor. What is this place? That's Powder Matter over there. It's incredible. See, like a Powder Matter. Yeah. Whoa! Powder Matter. Isn't that it? The giant archaism you mentioned before? Yeah, Ren used it back in the sun for, I believe she caught it out of it. So this is where it's the hell's all this mechanical crap doing down here? Anyway, I thought this was supposed to be a doll studio. I believe those terminals are connected to the orbital network. This must have been where Kitty was remotely hacking the network. Yep. Well, what is it you want? Matthew York, thank you for allowing us to come and speak with you. We have a few questions we were hoping to ask. Would there be any chance happen to be about what Campanella has been up to? So you know. Do not misunderstand. You are correct that I have ties to the society. In the end, however, I am nothing more than a humble darling. I am not directly involved with whatever grand scheme they have planned. So in other words, you can't tell us exactly what Campanella is plotting to do. I do not know, nor am I in any position. However, you should understand that he is an important. Yeah, of course, that is true. That is true. But they don't know. They don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. They have no idea what that means. He's an enforcer, not an anguish. He's not authorized to propose plans for the society to pursue. The anguish, rather, are the ones who draft such arrangements. Wait, hold on a minute. This is a little too much to take in all at once. Isn't this insider information? Should you really be giving it to us so easily? Entirely confidential. There's many on the continent who know of this already. The church, the guild, the intelligence agencies of the major powers, and even that is only scratching the surface. You said y'all behind. The society is so widely known, yet still you are able to freely continue making calls here? As I said, I am not in the position to know all of the society's inner workings. Take the arcades, for example. Their construction relies on technologies from many other workshops besides this one, the 13 workshops out there. My studio is but one scale on the ever-cooling surface, which is why the church and guild will never set foot in here without due cause. I suppose that makes sense. Someone like you is more valuable while you're still attached to the snake, which makes you a handy source of info. Correct. That being said, the studio has already been preemptively outfitted for any contingency. Even should you break the front door with an arrest warrant, all you would find is an empty, meager doll studio. Not even powder matter. Well, would you like to try your hand at taking me into custody? Having heard all of that, you may not have another chance. No, that's not why we're here. You made your point. We'd like to inquire further. You will enhance it. Oh, wait. Guess that's all we can do, but it doesn't mean I like it. Oh, why is this here? I take it you like to know something more concrete than bare statements and broad outline. Narrow questions down to 3. I'll answer them. I can't. Fair enough. What 3 things should we ask him about? Oh, wow. Oh my god, that's fire. Wait, is that? Okay, obviously I know that's Wiseman. You see him? And look. See, we never seen what he looked like, but we know what he looks like now. Damn. And like I said, is this the... Alright, bro. Is this the girl that pops up in Close Till 3's opening, bro? The girl with the blonde hair, bro? On the left? Cause, bro, they are the 7 snake apostles who live and serve to realize the Grandmaster's plan. Damn, we only know 3. Even I do not know all of their identities. However, I am aware of the anguish that will be arriving in Crossbell before long. Is there any way you could tell us more about them? One is a man, the 6th anguish, to be precise. He leads the 13 factories that comprise Ouroboros' technological network. That's the guy we saw. He is the society's greatest theoretician, an engineer with an insatiable appetite. Needless to say, he is a contemptible man. Clearly have a high opinion of him. Just how contemptible are we talking about? He's the sort of man who cares for nothing but satisfying his own intellectual curiosity. I'm not sure what he hopes to achieve by coming to this planet in person, but I can say this for certain: his arrival is anything but good news for Crossbell. Damn. We'll take your word. He will not be alone now. 7 anguish, the steel maiden. That is her, bro. The girl with the blonde hair will also be coming to Crossbell. Steel maiden. That's got an ominous ring if I've ever heard one. She is an enigma to say the least. Briefly put, she's a masterful warrior who you have no hope of defeating, even if you were to face her all at once. She's that strong? Wait, I just thought about it. They used to talk about the... Oh my god, they used to talk about the Steel Maiden in Cold Steel. What was she part of? The Eisenritter? I can't remember. Oh no. Yeah, see, that's why I'm looking at my Cold Steel so I can refamiliarize myself. But damn, ain't she like part of one of the... Like either the Eisenritter or the Stahlritter? I can't remember which though. Damn. Trying to win, man, your fellow conspirators, I see. It was merely a word of warning. Unlike the 6th anguish, I've heard the 7th anguish is a virtuous individual. However, were you to face her unprepared, it would surely cost you your lives. Damn. As I've already told you, even I am not familiar with the details. From what little I've heard in passing, however, I do know what it's called. The Phantasmal Blade Plan. Yeah. Phantasmal Blade. Now there is a name right for symbolism. Plan. Does it does it entail causing some sort of widespread incident in Crossbell like the one in the Borough last year? There can't be. There's no way we could just let that happen. See, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. I don't know why nobody's not freaking out and remembering that Chancellor Osborne, before the meeting, he literally described this to them to the T. He literally said, imagine an engulfing flame constantly fanning across the entire Crossbell. He said this. Now, why they not remembering this, I don't know. But that literally embodies what this plan is. Now, I've yet to see it go into action because at the end of Cold Steel 2, Chancellor Osborne said, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? And he made my baby who's tied to Emma, which I'm forgetting her name at this point, which I never thought I would. But it's been so long since I played Cold Steel 2. But she was Misty and first Cold Steel, and then you find out, you know, like she took all that she took that mask off on some Persona 5 shit and showed who she really is. And I was like, damn, bro. And she was bad. She was bad. I forget her name now. Damn, I know it's gonna come back to me if I see her. I know she was wearing my favorite color, that pretty blue. Stop making me repeat myself. I don't know the details. What I can tell you is that the society's intervention here pales in comparison to what happened in, oh my god. It pales in comparison to what happened in Libero. And the orbital shutdown phenomenon was just crazy. The society prefers to operate from the shadows, of course. Shout out to Joshua. They aren't the type to make them move on the surface. That's supposed to make us feel better because it sure as hell ain't working. Second is the fact that you can give us nothing but a name. Like, what's husband? With society's relation to the cult. Wiseman. Because if you think about it, Wiseman, they said something about Wiseman knowing Yokeem, bro, which is absolutely ridiculous. But let's hope that's not what it is. Yeah. As far as I know, the two sides never had any direct ties. Having said that, it is a fact that the society was the one that destroyed. Oh! The society was the one that destroyed the lodge where Ren was being held. Yeah. You're referring to Paradise, right? Yeah. My understanding is that the cult used it to lure in and exploit influential individuals from around the continent. In all likelihood, it was brought down because it began to target influential individuals that society was backing. If nothing short of a miracle that Ren survived that. Damn. TO2. And Hellhole deserve to get wiped out, but it's not like that makes Ouroboros the good guys either. I hope you didn't expect that explanation to win us over. As I said, I'm only telling you what I know. Take it how you will. Wow. Well, that makes 3 questions I've answered. Taking up enough of my time. I'm going to have to ask you to leave me. But, Lloyd... Fine. That's what we agreed to, so we'll be going. Would you mind if we return for another one of these talks? If I feel so inclined. Keep the following in mind. It is not only Ouroboros that you should have your sights set on. Whoa. There are other forces to be cautious of in the wake of Crossbell's bid for independence, would you say? I guess so. Man's got a point. Sounds like you probably know a thing or 3 about that too. Maybe so, maybe not. Off you go. Follow the little one like you did on your way here. If you wander off, I can't guarantee your safety. Damn. Yikes. That was interesting. I feel like I just came out of a bad dream. The Phantasmal Blade, man. And the 2 echoes making their way to Crossbell to enact. It's so fantastical. I can barely for myself to believe it. Just how dangerous are they? From what I've heard about the Libero incident, very. We can't take the threat they pose like. Still, if what the Mason told us is true, whatever they're planning in Crossbell isn't as extensive as it was in Libero. That'd be a relief. I hear they had an enormous battleship that comes in. Not to mention that giant archaism patter matter. Where did you get that info? The first. Hey yo, where did you get that info? The first division has it all labeled as classified. Don't tell me you hear about these kinds of things while you're working as a host too. My lips are sealed. You're a hoe. Tio, what was that? Brandy? Wait, is something wrong with you too? Well, yeah, just a little. Steeltop might be able to explain it better than I could. You mind? I'm making an attempt. Having seen the automaton that guided us in and out of the studio, it's become clear that the society is far more mischievous than they are malevolent. Mischievous? Yes, they have more technological prowess than both the Epstein Foundation and ZCF, yet squander it by choice. Consider the research necessary to develop powder matter. It would have been more practical to use those same resources to build 50 airships. Think so? Perhaps they have a source of funding, one deeper than we may realize. Maybe, but whether you're an army or crime syndicate, efficiency is typically the highest priority of any organization. Recreation typically doesn't have much of a place there, if at all, but Ouroboros turns all of that right on its head. That makes their motives and rationale all the more baffling. Put the words right out of my mouth. The thing about it is, no matter how many angles and archaisms they've got hiding up their sleeve, Red Constellation and Hayway are probably more of an actual threat, realistically speaking. That ain't even taking into account of whatever the Empire and the Republic are up to. Damn, that's a lot of shit going on. But all four of them in one autonomous state together, you got a disaster waiting to happen. This kitchen already has too many cooks without a society. The big question is, what do they plan to bring to the table? Who's to say, even back in the terrorists at the trade conference was allegedly on a complete whim on their part. They don't seem to have any interest in involving themselves with conventional power struggles. In that case, would that make what they are working towards as unconventional as everything else they do? That would mean we're completely in over our heads trying to do anything about it. All we can say for sure is that whether it is, it can't be good for Crossbell. At any rate, we should return home for now. I want to relay all this to the chief after that. We should do the same for the CGF and regardless of what the society is after, least we can do is make sure we're ready for it. I agree. Good call. Back to the city we go.
Oosh, 上げていこうぜ。俺のばっか。は100年早いっつの。
Oh, my control. Oh, my Enigma. Who could it be? I get the feeling someone's in need of our services. That's the Sesame. Fran? Thank goodness I finally got a hold of you. Oh, hi, Fran. Have you been trying to contact us for a while? I have, but for some reason none of my calls were able to get through. I even tried calling everyone else's enigmas. They were like, it was like a block. Like we were getting blocked. Basically, that's what it sounds like. Must have been an orbital wave jammer. Yeah. Sorry about that. We ended up wandering out of signal range. What's going on? Did you have an urgent request for us? No, not quite, no. Half an hour ago, there was a train derailment Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, what? Are you serious? I wish I wasn't. The second division is en route to investigate the scene. CGO's on his way too, so there's probably no need for you to go. But I figured I should keep you guys in the loop just to be safe. Alright, thanks for telling us, man. If you find out more, let us know as soon as you can. Roger that. Something wrong? Your friend have something important to tell us? Well. What the hell? A derailment? It just went right off the track? Yeah, France and the second division of CGF are on their way there, so we can probably leave it to them. But then again, it would be hard to turn away from something so concerning. I'll say the timing is a little too suspicious for my taste. I got my doubts that this was just a mere accident. But wait, what should we do now? We'll have the end of the day to report on what we learned about the society. Now let's go to the scene of the accident. Can't overlook the possibility that some sort of foul play was involved, whether from a cryptid or otherwise. At the very least, we can lend a hand investigating the crash. Alright, you should hurry. Probably best to take our new ride. We're looking to get there ASAP. The orbital car can now travel to the scene of the train accident. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end the episode off here. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. You all cool YouTube stuff. But until then, we're going to investigate that train incident, see what happens next. I'll catch you. We'll be back with more Trails to Azure, but I'll catch you guys later.